talked about the seasons. I'm used to seasonal in beer, meaning it's beer they only make a certain time of year. But when you talk about seasonal, you are absolutely at the mercy of nature as to when it provides for you, huh?
Yeah, and if we don't find, let's say we don't find persimmons, or it's an off year, or
Right.
we don't have something else, we just don't brew that beer that year. It may be 2 or 3 years in between when we brew a beer. There's so many things that we brew with. If we miss one year, it's fine, you know.
You're known for your sours and you're known for your farmhouse ales. Those the two styles that people should absolutely try when they come here? Is that mostly what you do?
Yeah, well, typically we brew those in the summertime.
Uh-huh.
And in the winter, if we don't heat our building, it's really insulated. It's right around 50 degrees. So in the winter, we brew lagers just because we can use less power, and it's easier to control fermentation temperature then. So we will brew lagers in the wintertime, and then the sourdough yeast likes it a little warmer. So it's easier to brew those saisons and the sour beers in the summer.
I don't know that we've ever been to a destination brewery that is more of a destination than Scratch. It's like a resort. We're in the middle of this gorgeous forest area. Help me understand all the different little zones that you have. Like right now we're in a place called the Serpent Room, which is amazing. You've really built this up where it's like,
yeah,
you can have a bunch of different experiences depending on where you choose to drink the beer while you're here.
Yeah, I think the atmosphere is very important to a brewery and to people's sense of taste.
Is Oktoberfest the biggest time of year for people to come? It seems like there's a big deal about Oktoberfest here.
We pour out of these little gravity casks the entire time. So everything's poured outside. And we may have 9 or 10 of these casks, and we pour that way. And we have, for the last 10 years, we've had local ceramicists make steins. So we pour everything in liter steins. If people want those steins, they can buy them. And then sometimes we'll move the entire brewery down in the forest, and we'll pour out of those little casks in the middle of the woods.
Oh, wow. It really is breathtaking. And in terms of destination breweries, make this a destination. This is a place that is absolutely worth the trip no matter where you're coming from. Make plans to spend the night somewhere here around this part of the state. Just an absolute gorgeous facility with incredible beer. The atmosphere, no matter where you're at, is impeccable. The food and the beer is unlike, I mean, you really are making beer unlike anyone else. We've been to hundreds of places, and this is a place that absolutely stands out as unique and special, and I'll say it again, absolute magic. Aaron, you and the team, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for your time. And
thanks for making the trip. We appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, we'll be back. Don't worry about that. Cheers. We're in Des Moines at St. Nicholas Brewing Company. I'm here with Abby. You're the managing partner.
I am.
And Gene, you look good in a shirt.
Thank you.
You're the inspirational leader is what I'm told.
That's the best title I have.
The best title you have. St. Nicholas Brewing Company, this is kind of like a family. There's 6 of you all together in the family that kind of have a say in how things work, right?
Family and friends, yep.
Family and friends.
Family and friends.
Okay, St. Nicholas, I want to ask the really dumb question first.
Yes,
What I remember about St. Nicholas from all those years of Catholic school, patron saint of children, patron saint of toy makers, I think archers, unwed people, obviously, children, but I did not realize he's also the patron saint of
Brewers.
brewers. That's crazy. So that's what the name comes from, is that he's the patron saint of brewers?
No, it's a coincidence.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Oh boy, I really thought I had something there. So, I mean, do people make assumptions that this is going to be like a Christmas themed beer, that they're going to be served beer by elves?
They sometimes are.
Oh, no kidding.
We do. We do have a very large Christmas celebration and holiday celebration in general.
Okay.
And we have our own Polar Express called the St. Nick Express. And so we put children on a train and bring them here, and their parents are served beer by elves. I am also, make sure you get this on the title, I'm also head elf. here.
Head elf.
I am.
So
Yes.
we're here in summertime, so there's not a lot of Christmas going on right now. But when does that start?
Small Business Saturday, actually. We do it
No
every year
kidding.
on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, yeah.
This building that we're in right now, this is the flagship of St. Nicholas Brewing Company. I'm told there are actually 2 other locations. I want to ask more about this building, but where else, when people are in this part of the state, where else can they find St. Nicholas Brewing Company?
So we have our second location is in Chester, Illinois, also a extremely old building, 1826, right on the river, really neat, was also saved from the wrecking ball. And then our third location is in Murfreesboro at the Southern Illinois Airport, which is a private airport, but the third busiest in the state actually, and it's right on the tarmac. It's not an old building, but we are next to the oldest hangar in the country and the only general aviation airport that's ever brewed a beer before. So,
Wow.
So yeah.
Now, the one in Chester that you talked about, that's the one that I've heard here in town. People have whispered to me that that's the location that's haunted.
They're both haunted. These both are haunted.
This one's haunted too?
Very much.
Okay, well, let's start there.
Yeah.
Tell us about the hauntings that go on.
So, when you have an old building like this, right, there's folklore around it. I
Right.
mean, there's always stories that people have, and when you're connected to the community in that way, everyone's got a story. Obviously, there's things that happened here over the years, stories that we've been told, things that we've read about. I mean, during the renovation process, we found wallets that were in the walls over, in the brick or in the sandstone or cement. So obviously, that like that person needed their wallet at some point. But I would say, weird things always happened from the very beginning. But there's definitely, people have been murdered in this building. I mean, as recently as people that were still, you guys were alive whenever the most recent murder, I would say, happened. It was a
No
bartender at the
kidding.
jukebox. But there's always weird jukebox things that are happening. I mean, we've seen things. We actually have a very clear ghost figure on video on one of our security cameras that I'll show you afterwards.
Ouch!
Yeah, so there's definitely energy here. It's never been a negative thing. I mean, really, truly, spooky. And there's been some really spooky things that have happened, but yeah, it's haunted.